Okay, you guys. Good morning. It's Monday morning, man. 8 o'clock. So, a couple things. Cam's not working today. He called me. He left me a message last night, saying that he's in Tennessee. I asked him. We were just having casual conversation last week on Friday. I said, "So, what you doing this weekend, man?" He's like, "We're going up to Tennessee." I said, "Oh yeah, what are y'all gonna do?" So I don't know. We're just going up there just to go. And I'm like, okay. I mean, and then last night he called me and says he wasn't coming back until I guess today sometime, right? When you got guys working for you and they are they want to work, they want to work, but then they put themselves in a spot to where they can't work. And see, that's going to really affect his week because see, he doesn't really know everything going on. And nothing wrong with, hey, he called and told me, and hey, that's okay. I get it. But you can't do that kind of thing. And it's not like a valid reason or nothing. You don't really have to have a valid reason. You call me and tell me, hey, I can't come to work tomorrow or whatever, then hey, I can work with that. I'm not mad, upset, angry, or anything. It is what it is, right? But with that being said, if you're the employee, then you got to roll with the punches as well. So I said, okay, man, that's cool. Appreciate you texting me. I'll see you on Wednesday. And he said, well, why not Tuesday? I said, well, because other things are going on Tuesday that he doesn't know. See, Tuesday I'm taking Phil out, and and Tuesday Cam was going to be off anyway. So but see, he didn't know that, and so I bet you if he'd have known that, then he would have probably came on back. See, and that's just the nature of everything, y'all. You can't. I don't know, man. I'm in the middle. I got to train somebody, and I need to get somebody familiar with the AR. So the thinking this week, Monday, Tuesday, Phil's not available today. Phil's flying back in today. I've been in touch with Phil over the weekend. He said he'll be ready to go on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday's the day that I need to get Phil to some of the yards. And so Monday, being today, I was going to have me and Cam just mow all the big cuts. We got a bunch of big cuts. Not a bunch, but like 5. And that's all you can do in a day. And really the big cuts are going to be cuts that require more than one person. I need to get Phil to some of the jobs that I can send him to, in the future without me being there. And see, Cam does not understand all that. He doesn't, and that's okay, but don't come back at me, talking about, well, I'll be ready to go Tuesday. But see, the business does not revolve around when people get ready to work. The business is going to do what it needs to do no matter what. Now, and that's just the nature of it. Yeah, I'm not gonna not, train Phil on Tuesday after I've been planning for a week. I've been modifying the schedule, making sure I put as many small properties on Tuesday's schedule as possible. And so me and Phil are going to go down and do all the Fayetteville ones. But I won't need Cam that day. So basically, Cam, by laying out today, he's only going to get a 3-day work week unless he can work on Saturday, this Saturday coming up. And that's just the way it is. I gotta get another guy on these yards that can run the other truck. I'm not going to want to be dealing with Cam and the other guy at the same time. Not right now. I want to be able to have Phil, learn the properties. And well, Ray, how come you didn't just have field work today. He's not available today. He's only going to be available like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So anyway, nothing's pressing though. I took care of everything over the weekend that's pressing. So one of the things that I did yesterday is I went over and got the brush cutter. I didn't post the video about all that, at least not yet. I went over there to the bamboo site. I picked up the older brush cutter, the one where the blade is, I can't get the blade bolt off, and I'm fixing to. I got it all here. I got it washed all off. Got it hooked to the skid. Not the hydraulics, but I got it on the front plate of the skid where I could pick it up, angle it, and do whatever I need to do. And I'm going to try to get that bolt loose. If I can't get it, I'm going to heat it up and everything. If I can't get it loose with what I have, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to load that I'm going to take one of the mowers off of my trailer here, and I'm going to load that brush cutter up on the front of this trailer, of my lawn trailer. And me, one of the mowers, and the brush cutter, we're going to go over there to where the my mechanic shop is, and he's got a big impact gun, a real strong one, and see if he can get that off, that way. I don't know if it'll do it or not. I don't want to have to cut the bolt. I really don't. I'd like to be able to get that blade off and see if I can find another blade. Well, I'd want to buy two, so I'd want to go and loosen up both of them. Yeah. And then I can tighten them back, right? They just have been on there for 5 years, and 4 years, and never been taken off. So if I can't find a blade, then I need to get that blade off of there, the one that's messed up, that's got some issues with it, and I need to put it on a bench and weld and grind and grind and weld and weld and grind and get it where I feel safe with it. Right now, I don't feel safe with it because I'm afraid that it's gonna come loose. So you can't have that for sure. So I got to be able to train Phil. So if I can't, training Phil on the big yard, on the great big cuts that me and Cam was going to do today, that's not really, I don't have to train him on that because I'm going to be there anyway because they're so big. I mean, it's ridiculous to put, one lawnmower on 3 acres to me when you got more than one lawnmower and you got more than 1 3 acre cut. You got, like 6 cuts and they're all 2 acres or more. I'm not going to go, and they're all right next to each other, where you can, I'm just not going to do that with one lawnmower. But I'll go over here to, either way, I'm going over here to the mechanic shop, and I may do the office there, and then some of the smaller ones that are on the big cut route. So, it is what it is, man. So. But I'll get the camera and I'll show y'all. I just now went on ahead and soaked that thing with some PB blaster stuff. I'm going to get the biggest battery that I got, the 12, and I'm going to put it in my big impact gun, and I'm going to try to get it loose here. Can y'all believe I picked up that damn another skid job? That job's going to be, it's going to be a pretty good job. Well, Ray, man, you need to get over there and get started on that today. I could, if I had the right brush cutter, but I don't want to go over there with the wrong tools. I want to go over there trained to go. I don't want it to drag out in 2 weeks. I don't want to be able to go over there for 2 days or so and get to $4,000, give or take. So and I got all the way to the end of the month. So, but this week right here, it's always something. This week right here is, well, the slower week than last week. Last week, we ended up doing a whole lot of work last week, a whole lot, because I had field out here 2 days. So we were able to get a lot done. And then this week is a little bit light. So in theory, I would have time to be able to go and do some of this, this job. But the weather, the ground is still a little wet. It rained again yesterday, you know, not long, but it's raining almost every day. So, yeah. One thing, man, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is the honest truth, man. So I should have, there's a lot of things I could have done different on this slab that I had poured. I was just so frustrated with all the mud that I was just ready to get it done, right? I should have brought that slab out another 6 or 7 feet this way, you know, toward the road. Because the way it is now, when I back the lawn trailer up on there, if I put my, if my truck tires get up on the concrete, then there's not hardly enough room to drop the ramp to get the lawnmowers off. So what I've been doing is I've been backing up to where the truck tires just go right up to the slab, and I'm able to, you know, drop it like that. But then when you back up to it again to hook it back up, you're using the edge of the concrete as a stop, if you will. But last night it wouldn't reach. Like apparently the trailer moved, you know, an inch or two after when it came undone from the truck, you know, when I undid it from the truck. Because there is a gradual slope down toward the door on the slab. So last night I was backing up to the trailer, you know, the lawn trailer, gonna hook it up, get everything ready to go today. This is before I found out, you know, Cam wasn't coming in. And I backed up, and if I put my tires up on the slab, then I'm hitting the trailer. If my tires are on this side of the slab before I go up on it, then I'm not able to reach the trailer. I mean, it's so, I don't know, close that if I'd have just done another 7 or 8 inches of concrete, I would be able to put my tires all the way up on the slab. But I'm gonna raise the shop door. I'm gonna pull the skid a little bit inside there, and I'm gonna get the map gas. I'm gonna grab a big impact gun, and we're gonna try to get that thing off. Another problem that I have here is the socket that I put on the nut there. I can't get it off. We're gonna do whatever it takes. I need to, you know. Takes me a minute to get going in the morning, y'all. I mean, damn, man. You know. Okay, y'all. So I'm out here. I got that PB blaster on there. I'm fixing to heat it up. I want to make it. See, one of my problems is I can't get this off. See, that's a problem. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I might be able to grab the bell housing and go back and forth and knock it loose, but we're gonna try to heat everything up and see if we can get it off of there. I'm talking about the whole kit and caboodle. So, yeah. I don't really know exactly where I could put y'all. You know, I'm not really good at these, you know, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to, you know, get it off or not. So. So this is the problem with the blade, see? And if I can't find these blades, then what I'll do is I'm gonna clean all this up and I'm gonna super weld that. I don't know, but I need some of these too. I can make this hole again if I can't find one of these. I'm probably gonna go up to Tractor Supply. I'm gonna look online real quick and see if I can find these. Wow, so it only goes up, yeah. You gotta make sure when you buy these that it's got that cut off of it. See that? I've never changed these before, so I'm gonna look online real quick and see. I'm gonna measure this so I can, not as long as I thought it would be. Pretty standard, I think, man. So yeah, so I got it off. I'm happy about that. I don't know if you guys can see how this is a pretty standard, well, I don't know if you guys can tell it, but this is a pretty standard bush hog blade. I'm gonna measure it and then I'm gonna look online real quick and see exactly if I can find one somewhere around here. Tractor Supply may have them. It's pretty plain Jane. There's nothing special about it. It's just a flat piece of steel. Okay, y'all. So I don't know if it's gonna be a good video or not. It looks like it's sort of sprinkling. So I'm gonna go on and try to. I looked everywhere for these blades and I don't see them. I called the MTL dealer and they're not answering the phone. So I tacked it the other day. I'm gonna go on and cut all this off of here. We're gonna straighten this thing out. I'm gonna put a piece of pipe in there and bend this U right here back up level, and then I'm gonna heat the hell out of it, and I'm gonna put some really good weld on there. So yeah, that's all I can really do at this point. I think I can make it pretty secure. As long as I can get this thing hot enough. I mean, that held the other day, and I put it in a lot thicker stuff than what I'm going to be putting this in over there. And then I got the hard measurements on these. So, but the main thing is, I don't know if you can tell from that angle, this piece right here, this arm, if you will, it is tilted this way. So what I need to do is get this weld off of there, I'll put a crowbar or something in there and we'll bend it back straight, and then we'll fill it in. Yeah, and I'm gonna really take my time and do it really slow. I'm not gonna use a stick welder for that though, because I'm not good enough on it yet. So without further ado, I'm gonna put y'all on the time lapse. now I need to bang this down. This piece, it just needs to go down a little bit. I need to wedge it up in something. Okay guys, so I got it back on. I welded it really good. Y'all saw that. It's sprinkling and it just stopped sprinkling and then it's sprinkling again. It's like 12 o'clock. But yeah, well, you get so dirty fooling with the welding stuff. So I got all the debris that was all under here. Look at all this right here was wrapped around the freaking thing there. So this thing's ready to go, man. So when I take the skid to fill it up with fuel, I'm going to take this cutter and drop it off over there at that job. I'm just going to set it up in the woods. And it'll be there for when I get ready to do this job. I need to fill the skid up because I won't be able to carry everything at one time, but we'll just have to see the timing and all. I'm hungry, man. I'm fixing to go down here and me and the wife gonna go to lunch. She's off today, and yeah, we're just gonna kick it, y'all. I said kick it. But this is done, and you know, so I looked at that weld. Looks really good there. So I was looking at buying, you know, the blade bolts and everything, but I don't know where to get them at. I called the you know, the dealer, MTL dealer that I buy all this stuff off of, you know, all the MTL attachments that I have, and they say they can't even get in touch with MTL. So I don't know. Yeah, so we'll just have to work with what we got for now. I'm gonna be up in the woods, so I'm not really, you know, and I don't use this thing every day or nothing, but I got the measurements for this, and I'll be on the lookout, and I can order them and everything. I just didn't want to have to order them and wait on them to come in. So, but yeah, man, everything is good. This thing ought to run pretty good now, especially since I got all that stuff off the neck in there. I hate, man, stuff gets wrapped around. You'd be surprised. Yeah, y'all, I'm finna go into the house, man. Deuces.